Welcome back to this week's lesson. Last week we spoke about the new system that I've been developing where we're learning our open chords and levels. We focused on level 1 last week, which was the bass notes of the 9 most common chords. The A major, A minor, C major, D major, D minor, E major, E minor, F major and G major. So we went over where the bass notes are for those 9 chords, and we then played along with a couple of songs. The idea is that our left and our right hands are working together at the same time to perform a nice simple task along with the context of a song, and that way we're developing our rhythm and sense of timing, and we're able to focus on a very simple task, which makes life much easier. So we looked at 3 songs last week. We're going to take a look at another 2 this week, and then we're going to look at how we can build them up to a level 2. So the 2 new songs are Zombie by the Cranberries and then Perfect by Ed Sheeran. So Zombie is a 4-chord progression. It's an E minor, a C, a G, and a D. So for an E minor chord, we're going to play our open E string. And then for the C, we're going to play the C note here on the A. And then we're going to come up to our G note, and then our open D string. So level 1 would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. We're going to come back to that one in a minute, and we're going to put it into a level 2. So now we're going to take a look at Perfect. So the main progression goes G, down to an E minor, to a C, and then to a D. So 1 bar per chord would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. Now later on, once that's repeated, it then actually splits the last bar into 2 beats, and it comes back to the G for 2 beats and then D for 2 beats, making up that 1 bar instead. So it goes like G, E minor, C, G, and then D. So we'll go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, D, 2. Awesome. Now in the chorus we actually start with an E minor, then go to C, and then to a G, and then a D. So that'd be like this. 1 bar per chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. Now it has this really nice run at the end that goes like this. Where we play a G, basically a D with an F sharp in the bass, and then E minor, back to the D, then to a C, C9, and then back to the D. What we can do is we're just going to play G, run our first finger down to the F sharp note, and then E, open D, and then our C, and then back to D again. When you listen to the song, you get the flow for the timing, but it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Alright, so that's level 1 for all 5 songs. So what we're going to do now is go back and look how we're going to now move up to level 2. We're going to keep all the bass notes exactly the same, but now we're going to add the next string and note to the chords. Alright, so try and make sure you remember the chord name at this stage, what the bass note was, which is the same name as the chord, and then try and memorize the new note this week. Alright, so in Hotel California, where our A minor chord, what we're going to do is play the open A string, but we're now going to add our second finger to the D string on the 2nd fret and play A and D together. So once you get a feel what it feels like to pluck those two notes at the same time. And then what we do is we just look at where our bass note was and then learn the new note underneath. So for A minor is like this. For the E7 we're just going to take this finger and move it up one and play the open E and A together. Now for G what we're going to do is let you keep that finger there and just move this third finger to the third fret on the low E. Play the low E and A together. Then we're going to take our first finger and put it down on the G string here to play a D. We're going to play the D and the G together. Alright. So we had A minor, E7, G major, down to D. Now what we're going to do for F is we put our third finger on the bass note again and add our second finger to G on the second fret and play the D and the G string together for F. Move that shape up to C, so we've added now our second finger on the D note. We play the A and the D together for C. First finger back down to G on the second fret with the open D string to play D minor. Now for D minor, because the fingers change around, see it's first finger here, but for a D minor we actually need to use our second finger, okay? So second finger on the G with the open D and G string, and then we're going to move back up to the E. So it'll be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, A minor, 2, 3, 4 to the E7. I'm going to go to the G, 2, 3, and then down to D. Right, then to F, back up to the C. Make sure you just take that second finger down for D minor now, okay? And then back up to E. Alright, so hopefully you can see level 2 is just adding on that next note. So now we can go and do the same thing for Brown Eyed Girl. So it was G, C, G, D. So for G we're just going to play level 2 now. G, D, G. And then we can bring this down to C's. So we've got G, C, G, and then D. And then in the chorus, remember it's C, so we're going to go C, D, up to G, and then just take that third finger off for E minor. Right? So C, D, G, E minor. Beautiful. Let's try it together counting. 1, 2, the verse. 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. And now the chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. Wonderful. Now we go to the Gambler, alright? So this is the third song. So it was D, G, D, and A. So we're going to go level 2. So we're going to start off with our first finger and play D. Then come up to G. And then go back to D. And then for A, we're just going to move that first finger up onto the D string on the second fret and play the open A and D together. Right, so it's 2 bars of D, 1 bar of G, then 4 bars of D and 1 bar of A. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. And then when we do the chorus, remember it kind of split the G and the D up. So you just follow that same progression with those extra notes added. Okay, so D was here, G was here, back to D, and then A, we just move that finger up. Beautiful. Now for Zombie, what we're going to do here is we're going to use our second finger on the A string on the second fret. We're going to play the low E and the A together for E minor. And then we're going to add our third finger to the bass note of C and add that second finger underneath on the D string now. The second fret, play the A and D together. Move that exact same shape up for your G chord and play the E and the A together. And this time what we're going to do is we're just going to bring our first finger down to the G string on the second fret and we're going to play the open D and that together. This is going to be the fingers you're going to use if you're just going to play a standard D chord. If eventually you want to add the F sharp in the bass, you can bring your thumb over the top then and add that in last to get that nice D over F sharp. So for now, let's just play open D like that. Let's try it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. And now we're going to take last look at Perfect from Ed Sheeran. So let's do level 2 for that. So our G, down to our E minor, over to our C, and then down to our D. Alright, and we might do the variation too. Remember the last bar we split it back to a G and then to a D, 2 beats each. So let's try both one after another. 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, back to G, 2, 3, E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, back to G, and 1, 2, D, 2. Beautiful. Alright, in our chorus we got our E minor, so we're just going to play level 2, E minor to C, to G, and then down to D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. And lastly for our run, what we're actually going to do is play our G, down to our D, up to an E minor, back to a D, then to the C, and then to D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That bit can be a little bit tricky, but just take your time. Alright, and then it'll make more sense as we go along. Eventually, when we play the full chord, you can do that nice transition to the F sharp and then down to the E minor. And then back to the E. Awesome. So I hope you found this video useful. Practice, take your time. It can be a little bit tricky sometimes just isolating the strings. So if you hit a wrong note, doesn't matter, it's all part of learning, okay? So take your time, make sure you familiarize yourself with your chord name and what the bass note is to that, and then learn that new note this week, level 2. Enjoy yourself practicing. I hope you're enjoying this way of learning so far. If you are, please like and subscribe so you don't miss the videos. And please share along with your friends too, because I'd really like to get some feedback and see how you're coming along with this. You can also try some of your own songs, so don't forget to go and check out Guitar Zero to Hero. And there's also another person that I found makes wonderful YouTube videos called Spencer Hale. He's got some great moving chord charts you can practice along with as well. Alright, thank you. I'll see you next week for level 3.